Let's bring up Durk a little bit. Let's bring up Durk a little bit, okay? Um, I feel like Durk is one of the few rappers who have really mixed reality and entertainment, like almost to the point you really don't know. And one thing I can say about Durk, even though you're gonna have people say, "Oh no, well, he got out of this case in Atlanta by blaming it on Vaughn," but we haven't heard that he made a statement. We didn't hear that. Now, another problem with the streets, and this is why I'm glad not to be in the streets, even though at times I comment on the streets. I'm glad not to be in the streets. And you know, shit, they're doing the 1090 Jake now because in the streets there's no win. The only winning in the streets is to go do time, get old in jail, get fucked in jail, and come out of jail 20 years later as a real nigga. That's the only win. The win is throwing away your life. So I don't operate under, I would never play a game where the loss is the win. That's what the street is. Durk is at a place now where people would have rathered him just to claim he's real. Okay, he should go to jail for the whole thing that happened in Atlanta. Now, again, me, I'm not, you know, 1090 Jake does what he does, and he's even said it on here. He's not gonna. He said this is not the brunt of his content. He's not trying to go around doing a witch hunt. He literally just said, "Yo, yeah, he did expose some snitches, but that's not all he's gonna do." I don't really care about exposing people who are telling, right? If it comes out to light and you've been saying you're the realest nigga, of course that's a problem. But I'm not looking for shit. That's not just me. Anyway, somebody unearthed some previous paperwork for Durk. And apparently, I don't know if you guys remember. So back in like 2012 to 2015, apparently they say Chicago toughest gun laws. Like, I'll show you an article. Highland Park and Chicago gun laws are among some of the strictest in the country. This is what's been said about Chicago for the longest, okay? However, if you happen to spawn on the south side of Chirac, you get birthed with a gun, okay? From what I'm hearing, you're going to leave the hospital. They might give you a little high point. They might give you a little 22, okay? You know, if you go to one of the trauma centers, they give you a 4.5, okay? And to keep it real, shit. You go to some other places, they might give you a rocket launcher because they know you got ops. That's just what it is. However, they claim that Chicago's gun laws are the strictest in the city. Now, what does that equate to? Essentially, it's supposed to mean when you get caught with a gun, you automatically go to jail. For example, in New York, we saw Lil Wayne who went to jail. Look, Lil Wayne sentenced jail, New York. Yeah, he was found guilty on a gun charge and he headed to prison. This was 13 years ago. This is how long it was. Look, he pled guilty to attempted criminal possession, blah, 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 and he will serve a year in prison. So he literally went to prison for a year for having a gun. A lot of people usually say you get caught with a gun in New York, you're going to do 3 years. Automatic, don't even talk about it. You know what I mean? You know, I'm guessing people are getting better lawyers these days because Zay Osama just got caught with a switch in an Uber and he didn't do no time. Apparently the charges got dropped. I don't know how Wayne went to, I got to look into this Wayne situation because niggas is getting charges dropped left and right. And Wayne, the biggest rapper in the world, went to jail for a year while Zay Osama get caught with a fucking switch, which is a federal crime. Bigger than New York, federal crime. It does nothing, right? However, I only bring this up to say New York, Chicago, tough gun laws. Now, Lil Durk caught 3 gun charges, which a lot of people were like, what the fuck is going on there? Lil Durk, 3rd gun charge. You know, obviously, let me see, look. Lil Durk arrested on his 3rd gun charge. Here we go. Chicago Tribune, okay. Oh my God, I'm not doing that, fuck. Anyway, let me just give you the summary. Lil Durk basically had a 3rd gun charge in Chicago. People were wondering, it's no way if Wayne had 1 gun charge in New York, and he did a year. Lil Durk with 3 gun charges in Chicago, which have similar tough laws. Durk got to be going away for a while. However, all of Durk's gun charges somehow got dropped, okay? And people always wondered how, and I think that's why the intrigue has been into, everybody's doing paperwork research these days. People started looking into Durk's previous charges and probably start finding some stuff out on how these things were dropped, okay? Now, if you look at this stuff, you're going to see in 2016, he got cleared of 1. Oh, my God. They hate my fucking ad blocker on this shit, don't they? Judge clears them of whatever. Yeah. So he got cleared of all these gun violences. See, in 2013, this is the one. Rapper associated with Chief Keef. So this was the arrest. Durk, blah, 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 was charged with unused, lawful, felony count of unlawful use of weapon by, felony count of unlawful use of a weapon by a felon, the offers, blah, 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 for person they saw with a gun, they saw Banks with the gun, blah, blah, blah. This might be, there might be another one, okay? Anyway, the point was this. From one of these arrests during that time, right? From one of these arrests, it looked like it might have been this, was it? Yeah, June. Yeah, it looked like it was. Yeah, this is one. Essentially, Durk refused to cooperate. So, while people are in this new era where it's a scarlet letter for snitches, people are also giving brownie points if you didn't snitch. So people realize that this 2013 charge, which I ain't gonna lie, people were thinking that Durk was doing some funny shit to beat 3 gun charges. Like, I don't know if you guys were following the war in Chirac, but people used to say, how does Durk get 3 gun charges in Chicago and don't go to jail? People kept saying that. How does that happen? Now we get the paperwork, and the paperwork basically says, here we go, it's a Glock 17 weapon, semi-automatic, 9mm, here's a serial number, blah, 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 Durk Banks, da-da-da. And they said that the detective read the offender the Miranda warnings from memory. The offender refused to cooperate with the investigation and requested attorney. Interview terminated. From what I was, kind of told a little bit about this, they wanted Durk to kind of like, either pin it on somebody else or something like that. They were investigating something bigger. And I think this gun might have been linked to some other shit. Anyway, Durk refused to say anything. He went to, obviously jail, and his lawyer defeated this case in court, right? Which is a proper way to do it. Now, I keep telling y'all this. One of the great things about, number one, Durk is one of those guys you could tell he's really been active. Let's just say that, right? But number 2, he's actually one of the smart individuals that probably isn't that scared of a trip down to county jail, knowing that his lawyer will beat it in the long run and he'll probably get bail. So he relied a lot on his lawyer, but at that time he's getting some money so he could afford a lawyer. I keep telling you with niggas like YSL Woody, bro, these dudes are dead broke. When you're talking about, TYMB, what's his name? Moo Fufu, what was his name? Fubu, like I don't even know his name. TYMB, I don't even know his name. Anyway, when you talk about people like that, they don't have money for a lawyer. When you talk about Boston Richie before he got to a certain point, don't got money for a lawyer. So they're in there trying to just say anything to hopefully not get fully booked, right? Because they haven't like fully got charged yet. They got arrested, and now they're at the station. The cop is talking to them in the interview. They're like, yo, listen, you want to talk before we hit you with these charges or no? These dudes are usually saying, yeah, I want to talk. Like, yo, I don't want to be sitting in jail forever. There's people sitting in jail on $1,000 bond just because they don't got it. So Durk, obviously was smart enough. He's like, yo, just bring me down to the jail. And clearly his lawyers held it out. So, salute to Durk for that. Apparently he's about to put out a new project very soon. He actually put up, and he responded to this too. He said, he put this on his story, he said, yo, just shut the fuck up and you good. The Voice 2.0. Now he announced that The Voice 2.0 is coming out. Which, let me see, he said this. I'm about to drop the album Midnight. If y'all want, I don't care. I keep telling you that Durk, to me, is one of the smartest rappers. Like, very fucking smart. He's playing this game so smart that, I don't know, man. I remember telling 6ix9ine, I said, yo, you know Durk started ignoring you the minute he got more lit than you, right? The moment, at least within the culture, the moment he got more lit than you, he stopped dealing with you. Look, he jumped out at YoungBoy, got them sales for 7220, right? He jumped out with the Aha track. YoungBoy dropped I Hate YoungBoy, which I really love the I Hate YoungBoy track, but that shit helped his album go to the moon, right? He did 120. Right? Or no. 120? Yeah, it's like 120 he did, right? He outsold YoungBoy. Like, before then, nobody would have thought he could have outsold YoungBoy. But that's what I'm saying. Durk is a smart nigga. And I would bet that Durk got another trick up his sleeve. And here's my thing. I don't think his trick is going back and forth to YoungBoy no more. I think until YoungBoy drops an album selling a lot, he ain't going back and forth. He's just going to diss everybody. He's going, the innocuous disses. He's going to diss everybody. All my ops, fuck y'all, die slow. He's going to say shit like that. But he ain't going to target. I don't think he's going to target YoungBoy no more. Why? Durk knows how to fucking climb or social climb in the industry. Remember, 6ix9ine was shitting on him. He was below Meek and below Lil Baby. And a couple other niggas, right? Shit, he was even below Moneybagg Yo at that point, too. Gets the feature with Drake. Stops talking. He drops one line about 6ix9ine. Please don't play that little boy in the club. We don't listen to rats. Nothing else about 6ix9ine. Baits it like he about to drop some crazy shit. Drops his album. Does crazy numbers. He ain't even dissed nobody on the album. Remember The Voice? Drop some groove shit. Keep dropping these one-offs. Comes out, bang. Hits that YoungBoy with Aha. Knowing he got, oh my God, what happened to Virgil? In the tuck. That's the radio record. He get the streets hot with the shit y'all want to hear. Him dissing YoungBoy. By the way, before that, he's dropping Piss Me Off, the Lion song, whatever. Piss Me Off, Shoulda Ducked, Hellcats and Trackhawks. So he's still getting at the streets. But then he hits perfect timing with, oh my God, what happened to... The boy is smart. I don't know if y'all realize it. The nigga he's outsmarting the game. If you ask me right now, I don't think he'll outsell Baby. And by the way, they're not in competition because they're like friends. Or I don't think they look at each other as competition like that. But I think if both drop a mixtape, Baby would sell more, but people are just as interested in whatever Durk's dropping as Baby. Only thing Durk got to do now, keep dissing niggas, right? As unfortunate as it sounds. He got to keep his foot on the streets and keep his foot on the neck of his ops. Like, keep sending shots at them, right? And then he got to drop 2 to 3 more songs like What Happened to Virgil, and that boy is out of here. If you ask me, he's already, maybe not at the lightning hot peak. His career is already leveled up past where Keith been in his career. Yes, Keith at a single moment was hotter than where Durk is right now. Because Keith at one point was like pretty much like the number 2 or maybe the hottest rapper out, right? But Durk has carried on for the last 2 to 3 years a constant wave of being super duper hot. You got to give this nigga credit. You know how he's doing it? He's playing the game. This boy is very calculated. He's mad calculated. Oh, I'm putting my phone down. When you see him not tweet, not do nothing, comes back, does some shit. Like, and by the way, thank you for the donation inside the session. He says, everybody trying to hear bro's song. Damn. Who's everybody trying to hear bro's song? And what song? And here's the thing too, though. This is how fucking slick this nigga Durk is. I think he reads the landscape and he knows not to do too much. Remember I always told y'all, if Meek had certain type of strategy or understood social media, his career or his litness would have carried a lot longer. Durk, I just think he makes the right place. 100% the right place all the time. All the time.